Hello all, hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another video on this Grey Vision 110. Right, it's just after 6 o'clock on Friday evening. I've got a couple of days of my holiday left and I want to push tonight and just get on a little bit. I'm going to probably be doing quite a bit of this on time lapse, but it's snagging day for me. I'm going to start by just having the throttle body off quickly. So without further ado, one of my favourite sayings, let's crack on. Right, let's get this throttle body off quickly. Right, so that was less than 5 minutes to get a throttle body off. How do main dealers justify charging you whatever hours labour or whatever it is to change a throttle body? I just don't get it. Okay, so that's the throttle body off. As you can see, it's a bit mucky under there behind it, and I just want to check these connectors, make sure that they're all clean and there's no problem. Hence we just take the throttle body off quick because it's easier to do that with the airbox and everything off at the same time. I'll take no more than 5-10 minutes on all of this. This little screw here also can seize in, and it needs just a quick check to make sure it's not seized in while we have access to it as well. Apart from that, right, I've put a bit of tissue to plug the inlet port so that we're not going to have any muck going down there while we do this. Let's push on. Just going to put a bit of paper around the rear brake shoes because I've cleaned all them up already. I don't really want all this muck going everywhere, all over them. So just a quick little minute in here. A couple of cable ties just to keep the muck off them. Because when I finished a video the other night, I actually carried on and I did all this. So I don't really want to be having to put another new set of brake shoes in here and degreasing it all again. Always a good idea to keep your mouth shut when you're using an airline and blowing out, blowing muck out. Alright, just to give you a quick look what I've discovered. It's nothing bad, but it's something that I would have dealt with myself. You know, you've got the main earthing point on the right hand side of the frame here, but there is another earthing point just here. So your throttle body is here, your engine obviously, your throttle body. This is where the CVT is, and it's just here. And if you look at that plug, it's covered in green. Now it's only one side, admittedly, but how long do you suppose it will be before it's both sides? And then you're getting an earthing problem. So this is why I go through my scooter like this, you know, just to find these things so you don't end up having problems when you're using your little vision to get yourself back and forth to work all the time. So anyway, I'll give you a quick look in there now. That's a lot cleaner. It's not a showroom. I'm not looking for showroom. I'm just looking to get all the muck out, and all the plugs are nice and clean now. So I can just open them up now, give them a little bit of contact cleaner, a little bit of dielectric grease maybe just around the outside of just when they slide in, to make sure you're not going to get any water in there, because this one here is for the crankshaft position sensor. And when you go through water splashes, as I may have mentioned in another video, yeah, you do tend to go bang and you kill them. So yeah, again, it's just, you know, a little thing to do to make sure everything's working nice, but I'm happy with that. I'm going to blow my nose. If you're squeamish, look away now. Oh dear, bloody cold weather. Right, where's the airline? Just throw the last of that out now. Right, let's sort one thing at a time. Let's start with that that earthing point before we move on to another. Give that a bit of a clean up. Trying to go and polish my nails. I love two things about that wire wheel on that grinder unit. Firstly, it brings the bolt up really nice, and secondly, when I play this footage back and I see the faces I pull when I'm doing, you know, cleaning the bolts up, it's just hilarious. I'll show you the outtakes one day. Okay, I've just had a couple of plug connectors apart, clean them up. I put a little tiny bit of silicone grease on each side just to waterproof them, and I'll show you why. Look at this one. This is covered in muck, and clearly that muck's got in there because that plug is full of dirt and muck. And great. I know the light's not brilliant, you probably can't get a great look on that, but you can see what I'm saying. They're supposed to be waterproof, but they're not. Well, nothing's waterproof, there's only a little rubber seal in the bottom of it, but yeah, so again, a little bit of due diligence, and you can usually eradicate a lot of these problems before they start. Okay, brake and parts cleaner, EGR and carb cleaner. They're the same, right? No, they're not. And I'll show you how I know. If I just fill that up, I don't know if you can see that, but the muck that this gets out, ready? Yeah, it just changes colour. Really is different. There's something in that. I think we used to use this when we used to try and get diesel injectors out, all that black tar when they leak. I'm sure we used to use this. I think it was carb cleaner, and there is something in it that really does a job. Right, I should get on and finish cleaning that all out of there. Look at the muck running off of it. Yeah. Right, let's see what we can do with that. Right, that's all come up nice and clean, that has. Yeah, it's not pristine on the outside, it's never going to be. But it's certainly nice and shiny inside now. And the inlet manifold is nice and clean. We should get that back together quickly and get it back on the bike. I'm not doing great for time as always. These things, you think they're going to take you 5 minutes, but you seem to take you longer because you keep finding stuff. But hey ho, we're working through it. That's the throttle body back on. The throttle cables are reconnected. I've connected up the cold start solenoid and the throttle position sensor. I've just got to do the reset in a minute. Incidentally, to do these little nuts up on the throttle cables, these mini spanners are very good. Right, I digress. Let's get the fuel injector on and the fuel line, and then we push on. Nearly done with this. Okay, fuel line's reconnected. Look what I found. where there was corrosion on these clamps, the metal clamps, onto a rubber pipe. Now this is only the armour outside of the rubber fuel line, but you can see that. But that's vibrated right the way through. So it just goes to show it's not over the top to check these things. I shall obviously reinforce that now. I've already sanded and smoothed, if you like, taken all the rough edges off of this clamp anyway, because I just suspected something might be up. So I should go ahead and make a fix on that. And obviously we'll check it's not leaking when we start the bike up and everything, but it looks fine. It just looks like it's gone through the rubber casing on the outside. So I should put something on that now to sort that. And then, yeah, we're virtually done on this. We can move on to the next thing. Okay, that's everything back together. The fuel injector is in, the fuel line is in, the throttle body's on, everything's tight, the plugs are all done. All nice and clean now. We've done the earth points. I replaced the spark plug lead and the spark plug and the cap in a previous video. So that's pretty much the engine work done. All we got to do now is get the airbox on, the exhaust, and start to put this thing back together.